Welcome to Football Scientific. I am Professor Aaron Sauter. From Last Word on Sports, I write about the Buffalo Bills in the NFL. Also, I write for the CFLNewsHub.com. I cover the Hamilton of the Tiger Cats. Here on Football Scientific, we also cover the UFL, the IFL, the NAL, the IFL, and of course the NFL and the CFL. My hair is in my face. Give me a second. All right, boom. Earlier today, we did a recap of the spring leagues and their new, findings and alternative football leagues, including the CFL. Tonight, we're doing our NFL breakdown. I got finished doing a full breakdown of the NFL weekend games from Week 6. So we're going to do our NFL Week 6 wrap-up and our power rankings in the AFC and NFC power rankings. I'm probably going to do an article this week about the playoff picture in AFC and NFC right now. It's starting to come into focus. I'm not doing any kind of college football power rankings yet. I'm probably going to wait until after the high school season, the regular season, maybe going to November 1st. That's when they start releasing the real college football polls, not these AP and coaches polls and all that. That's all kind of crap because it starts in the summertime when you really don't know anything. And the first real poll is when they do the college football playoff poll. And I'd like to kind of keep it on that level, Keep it on that level, not dip it. Now, right now, the Fun Belt is playing. Arkansas. I'm watching Arkansas State and South Alabama. Pretty boring game so far, honestly. There's been a lot of penalties on both sides, and both offenses are supposed to be explosive, and both have been pretty lame. Other than that, though, it's a fun game. I kind of wish I watched them on YouTube. I don't pay for cable. That's kind of what a Mark would do. No offense. I watch them on YouTube and I wish we got the Liberty game, honestly. New Mexico State probably would have been more fun. Okay, so that's what we're doing today, our NFL wrap up, and this is my guest host, Tyler the Tiger. Tyler the Tiger here, ready to go, Professor. Ready to knock it out of the park. I'm like Aaron Judge. Whoop, 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 whoop. I thought you were like Joe Burrow. I am like Joe Burrow. Look at my shirt. Wow. But like Aaron Judge. Wow. We don't do baseball scientific. We could. I don't really like baseball. Oh, okay. Well, either way, whatever. To each their own. Let's do this and let's break down the NFL. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, all right. So here we go. First, we got NFL stories. A lot of injuries. The theme of the NFL season this far has been injuries. Everyone's got injuries, and now they're getting really weird. Indianapolis Colts in their pregame, quarterback Anthony Richardson, quarterback 2, was working with the workout bands, the little rubber bands, plyo bands. And he let go of it, and it popped him in the eye and broke his orbital bone. Wow, optical bone, the orbital part of his eye. Wow, never heard of that. Cornerback Shavarius Ward also got a concussion in warm-ups for the Colts. He had a collision with tight end Drew Ogletree. They got to calm down their warm-ups, man. You're getting guys with broken eyes and concussions in the warm-up. I've never seen that. Arizona Cardinals, even that one time when Oklahoma did like an Oklahoma drill, which was really ironic in pregame. You never saw him get people hurt in pregame. That's weird. I did see once a guy break his arm in pregame at high school level. He fell down and broke his arm, which is still weird. Boom, Arizona Cardinals, wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr., he got a concussion. He got evaluated. He's probably got a concussion. That's from Sunday. I have not seen a report, so I'm assuming he got a concussion. Baltimore Ravens, quarterback Lamar Jackson is expected to be able to come back on Week 7. Finally, he's my quarterback for one of my fantasy teams. And we've been having Bo Nix, poop the place up. I'm happy to have Lamar Jackson come back healthy, man. Boom. LA Rams, wide receiver Puka Nacua, ankle injury. He's day-to-day. He's probably the top receiver in the league right now. He's got an ankle injury, though. Boom, another injury in the ankle. San Francisco 49ers linebacker Fred Warner, boom, broke his leg and dislocated his ankle. out for the season. And that's disappointing because on that same fantasy team, he's my top linebacker. We have defensive players, and he's my linebacker. He's been carrying me to wins, and when he got hurt, I lost that game. And that really was unpleasant. Unpleasant to get his ankle hurt, too, and leg broken, but unpleasant to lose that fantasy game. Come on, guys. Cincinnati Bengals tight end Mike Gesicki is out with a pectoral injury. That's another popular injury. Angles and pecs, and these training regimens got to get some work done, man. NFL, if you need some help designing your training regimens, I do private coaching to Coach Up. Hit me up, $50 an hour. I'll show up where you're at and get you right, NFL players. And UFO players, you got a bunch of injuries too. I'll hook you guys up, man. Hit me up. I don't wear the hair for the workout, but I do design custom workouts, and it goes pretty well. Coach Up. Check it out. $50, and you can get the best coaching around. I may ask for more than $50 if you play in the NFL. Okay, I just thought about that, you know. Boom. Tennessee Titans wide receiver Calvin Ridley. He left the game with a hamstring injury. That's another popular injury: hamstrings, ankles. Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Emeka Egbuka pecs. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Emeka Egbuka, left with a hamstring injury. Very popular injury right now. San Francisco 49ers, he's also on my fantasy team. Dang it, what's happening? This is why we lost. San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Jawan Jennings says that he's currently playing with 4 broken ribs and high and low ankle sprains. That sounds real suspect, but maybe he should just retire. I don't know. Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice is able to come back this week. His suspension's finally over. He plays for the red team and has Rashee. Never mind. Okay, Detroit Lions, Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not going to say the outcome of the game because we're going to review the games, but it ended up being a big brawl in the end because someone wouldn't shake someone's hand. Someone gave someone a cold shoulder, and both teams just like that. If you ever watch NFL football at the end of the game, it's a big mishmash of things. I'm surprised they don't get more fights, honestly. It was kind of weird, the reasoning for it. When has a fight ever been not weird, I guess? Philadelphia Eagles, 3 times Pro Bowl, unless it's like a paid fight, like the UFC or boxing or something. Otherwise it's weird, especially with helmets on. And don't ever take your helmet off. If you get in a fight with a helmet on, don't take your helmet off. I've seen some people do some stupid stuff. Philadelphia Eagles, 3. This is why I'm the professor. Yeah, I know it. I'm going to get in a fight with you. I got a helmet on. I'm not taking my helmet off. That's stupid. Philadelphia Eagles, 3-time Pro Bowler DN Zadarius Smith has retired after 11 seasons. Done. I didn't see an injury or anything with him. He's just I don't feel it no more. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, more room for other people to get opportunities. That's right. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are getting hit hard by injuries. Running back Bucky Irving and wide receiver Chris Godwin are out for next week already. Still limping around. Detroit Lions, defensive back Brian Braun is suspended without pay due to fighting in the Chiefs game. Oh. I guess he was the instigator or something, you know. Tennessee Titans, they fire their head coach, Brian Callahan. Bye. Brian Callahan, you stink. You messed up our offense in Cincinnati. And now you're fired from the Tennessee Titans, baby. Bye. Brian Callahan. I hope we fire Zach Taylor next for the Bengals. Goodbye, Zach Taylor, for hurting Joe Burrow. He instantly fired for getting Joe Burrow hurt. I'm blaming Zach Taylor for reals. Okay. Interim head coach, Mike McCoy is going to be a new head coach. He's a senior offensive assistant for the Titans. He's going to be a new interim head coach for the Titans. Jacksonville Jaguars ruled out linebacker Devin Lloyd with a calf injury and tight end Quentin Morris with a groin injury next week in London against someone else. I haven't looked at those games yet. San Francisco 49ers tight end George Kittle is expected to return this week. Finally, they got all the other players hurt, but at least George Kittle will be back. They've been doing pretty well without him, man. Mac Jones might be the real deal. He's kind of showing that Brock Purdy's not the real deal. Ooh. awkward. New York Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson hyperextended his knee, and he'll miss a couple of weeks. Chicago Bears wide receiver DJ Moore, he got hurt in the Bears Washington Commanders game. He got rushed to the hospital after the game, so I guess he's hurt real bad. I mean, if I was a football player, I would hate to be rushed to the hospital. It just sounds like something bad has happened to you. Washington Commanders sign pass rusher Drake Jackson. Okay. After losing a dramatic loss to the Bears last night. Oh, I'm not going over that yet. But Indianapolis Colts sign offensive tackle Bayron Matos. He is from the Dominican Republic. He's part of the International Pathway Program for players to come from foreign countries. The nice thing about that is if you sign an International Pathway Program player, you get an extra player on your practice squad because people are like, whoa, you're bringing that guy in that can't play ball? The one guy I've seen that can play ball is Giovanni Robinson. He plays tight end for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and he caught a touchdown pass this week. So maybe there's a shot, Indianapolis Colts, but that's why teams sign him is they want the extra practice player. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson is on the IR due to his band injury. Snap. Ow. I'm not making fun of him, but that's stupid, man. I've seen high school kids use those bands, and no one's ever broke their eye. Saying, no one's ever broke their eye. They did sign veteran quarterback Brett Rippon, who was, released by the Bengals, but then they signed Joe Flacco. Cleveland Browns wide receiver David Bell, Warren Central, Dub C, whoop whoop. I coached David Bell, at least on the team that David Bell played on at Warren Central. Before he went to Purdue and before he went to Cleveland. Guess what? He's retired. He announced his retirement. I don't know if did he make it 3 years? I don't know if he made it 3 years or not. If he did, he's getting pension, but I don't think he did. I think he made it 2 years. But he might have made it 3 years. I don't know. Baltimore Ravens released safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson the 1 week after they signed him, and he's still hurt. And they're like, we thought you were not hurt. And he's like, no, I'm still hurt. And they were like, I thought we were going to get to play you. But he's like, I was hurt, bro. You should have done your homework. And they're like, quit talking to us about homework. All right, here comes our game reviews from Week 6. Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants last Thursday night. Jalen Hurts came out for the Eagles, went 24 for 33, 283 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble. Running back Saquon Barkley still limping around, has 12 carries, 58 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. He's kind of tanking right now, man. Tight end Dallas Goedert, 9 catches, 110 yards, 1 tight end. That was their lead receiver, and that's sad for your tight end to be your lead receiver when they have all his weapons. 2 sacks by their defense. New York Giants came out. Quarterback Jackson Dart came out, went 17 for 25, 195 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Solid game. Jalen Hurts did have that interception. That hurts a lot, especially when the other quarterback doesn't throw any. Running back Cam Skattebo, 19 carries, 98 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0. Dominant Cam Skattebo. Wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson, 6 catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown, 3 sacks. The Giants dominate this game unexpectedly. They win 34-17. That's a big win by the Giants. Okay, over the Eagles. Or it's a big loss for the Eagles against the Giants. That's probably even more true. Denver Broncos in London Sunday morning. Denver Broncos at New York Jets. Another real ugly game. Lots of penalties and not good execution on offense. Or defense has played pretty well. Not offenses though. Neither offense played very well. Quarterback Bo Nix for the Broncos went 19 for 30, 174 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. And I'm critical because he was my quarterback because Lamar Jackson was hurt. And he played really crappy, man. He didn't play real crappy. He didn't throw like a bunch of picks or anything. He just didn't play great. But maybe he doesn't know how to play great. Maybe he doesn't play great. I didn't think about that. Running back J.K. Dobbins, 19 carries, 40 yards. 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. That's not helpful. Tight end Nate Adkins, I believe is a tight end. 2 catches, 23 yards, and a touchdown. That's the leading receiver. That's bad. They did have 9 quarterback sacks. That's outrageous. 9 quarterback sacks. Outrageous. Set a team record. New York Jets, who allowed 9 quarterback sacks. With that in mind, quarterback Justin Fields, even though he sacked 9 times, still survived the game. Went 9 for 17, 45 yards, 0 touchdown. That's embarrassingly bad, man. Running back Breece Hall, 22 carries, 59 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interception, 0 fumbles. Sorry, wouldn't throw an interception probably. Wide receiver Josh, I just assume since he plays for the Jets, everyone would throw an interception. But Justin Fields didn't. He just didn't throw the ball. And I mean, that's how you prevent the interceptions. Wide receiver Josh Reynolds, 3 catches, 25 yards. That's their leading receiver. Ouch. Broncos were going to lose this game, man. It looked like they were going to lose this game. They were playing real bad on offense, but their defense put it together and got some stops, and they kicked some field goals, and they won 13-11. Ouch. Weird game, man. Arizona Cardinals at Indianapolis Colts. Colts probably should have destroyed the Cardinals. They're beat up with all kinds of injuries, but I knew that wasn't going to happen because the Colts are not the for-real team. But they look for real right now, so whatever. Quarterback Jacoby Brissett. Buffalo used to like the team, but not anymore. I'm feeling better now. Sorry. Arizona Cardinals. Quarterback Jacoby Brissett went 27 for 44, 320 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Running back Bam Knight. Okay. Cool name. 11 carries, 34 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 fumbles. Tight end Trey McBride. Less cool name. 8 catches, 72 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack. Leading receiver was Trey McBride. Marvin Harrison got hurt too. Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Senior would have got hurt too. Been real old, man. He's like 50-something, you know. Indianapolis Colts. Quarterback Daniel Jones keeps showing that he's not complete trash. He went 22 for 30, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Same stats as Jacoby Brissett, honestly. That's the same. Maybe he is trash. It's the same stats as Jacoby Brissett, who is trash with the Colts. I don't think he stopped being trash. Daniel Jones is getting, he's hype trash. He's like Oscar the Grouch. He's trashy, but he's hype, and everyone likes that. Running back, Jonathan Taylor, 21 carries, 123 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 fumbles. Probably the reason they won the game was Jonathan Taylor. Tight end Tyler Warren, 6 catches, 63 yards, 1 touchdown. They had 2 sacks, and they win the game 31-27. Okay. LA Rams at Baltimore Ravens. I didn't expect much from the Ravens. With Cooper Rush at quarterback, honestly, I just don't believe in that guy. Rams came in. Quarterback Matthew Stafford went 17 for 26, 181 yards. Not a great game. 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Running back Kyron Williams, 13 runs, 50 yards, and a touchdown. Wide receiver / tight end Tyler Higbee, 4 catches, probably a wide receiver. 4 catches, 40 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 sacks on defense. Baltimore Ravens quarterback Tyler Huntley finished the game for them. The Cooper Rush was pulled. He went 10 for 15, 68 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles, and 1 interception. Not really good. Okay, boom. Running back Derrick Henry had a pretty good game. 24 carries, 122 yards, 0 touchdowns. Surprised, they ran the team. I guess the quarterback was so bad they couldn't get him a win. Tight end Mark Andrews, just one of the keys to winning is winning the running game. I have that behind me somewhere. Let's see where it's at. Stop the run. Oh yeah, run the ball. Run the ball. If you have more rushing yards than your opponent, you're probably going to win the game. It's one of the 4 aspects of how you guarantee you're going to win a game. And they did that, but the quarterback was so bad, Did they fumble the ball? No. Did they throw interception? No. Did they give up a defensive touchdown? Maybe. I don't think so. The Rams just play better, Sorry, now I messed up my camera. Sad. Okay. Boom. Rams win 17-3 in Baltimore. Not an overwhelmingly fun game. I think I probably tried to watch that one. It's boring. Cleveland Browns at Pittsburgh. I analyzed it, though. It was still boring. But I did analyze it. Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers. Cleveland, Cleveland, whatever. Okay. Cleveland Browns, quarterback Dylan Gabriel started for them 29 for 52, turned 21 yards, 0 touch. Not bad for a rookie that couldn't throw completions in the combine. Not bad. 29 for 52. No touchdowns or interceptions, but he didn't make the huge mistake to kill him. Running back Quinshon Judkins got shut down, 12 carries, 36 rushing yards. I guess he's not some family in Florida. And being Pittsburgh Steelers. You can't beat them up. Wide receiver Harold Fanning, 7 catches, 81 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 0 sacks. And Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers went 21 for 30, 235 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0. Not much different than Dylan Gabriel, other than 2 touchdowns. Otherwise, the stats pretty much measure up. Dylan Gabriel is as good as Aaron Rodgers without the touchdowns. Running back Jalen Warren, 11 carries, 52 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Wide receiver DK Metcalf, 4 catches, 95 yards, 1 touchdown, 6 quarterback sacks, which destroyed Cleveland and took away the chance to upset the Steelers. Steelers win 23-9. Okay, Seattle Seahawks, Jacksonville Jaguars. I kind of thought the Jaguars would show up and play, but we'll see. Quarterback Sam Darnold for Seattle went 16 for 27, 295 yards. That's a good game. 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I do have him on my fantasy team for the Champions League team, but we won last week with Jaden Daniels. I'm glad we did. But Sam Darnold did play pretty well. Running back Kenneth Walker, 10 carries, 39 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Wide receiver Jackson Smith Najibba, 8 catches, 160 yards, 1 touchdown. That's huge. Big time target for Sam Darnold. Jacksonville Jaguars at home. Quarterback Trevor Harris went 27 for 42, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Not horrible, just not a lot of incompletions, not a lot of completions there. Running back Travis Etienne, 12 carries, 27 yards. That's good running, get the ball running. Wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr., 8 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Just not as good as Jalen Smith and Najibba, and they couldn't get the ball, get running the ball very well. Seattle Seahawks beat Jacksonville 20 to 12. Okay, I'm a little tired. We had football today. I had a busy day today. LA Chargers at Miami Dolphins. Okay, could have been a real cool game, but probably was a real trash game. Quarterback Justin Herbert, 29 for 38, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. A solid game by Justin Herbert. Running back Konami Vidal, that's what they're down to, is Konami Vidal. 18 carries, 124 rushing yards, 0 touchdowns. That's huge. Wide receiver Lab McConkey, 6 catches, 100 yards, 1 touchdown from Murray County, just, like 45 minutes from here. He went to North Murray High School. Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, 21 for 32, 205 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Running back Devon Achane, 16 carries, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. That pretty much cancels out Konami Vidal, although he did have 2 touchdowns, which is better than Konami Vidal. Wide receiver Jalen Waddle had 8 catches, 95 yards, and no touchdowns. They did have 1 sack and they had 2 sacks, but this ended up being a very close game, and the Chargers pulled it out, man. They just barely pulled it out. They probably should have lost that game, honestly. But they didn't. LA didn't have any offensive tackles, man. It's hard to win against good teams, but Miami's not a good team, so. Dallas Cowboys riding the high of a 2-game winning streak to Carolina. In my mind, Carolina was going to win this game. No, Dallas was going to win this game. But here's what happened. Quarterback Dak Prescott went 25 for 34, 261 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a solid game, Dak Prescott. Running back Javonte Williams had 13 carries, 29 yards, 0 touchdowns. Wide receiver George Pickens, 9 catches, 168 yards, 1 touchdown. Good game from George Pickens. The running back really let them down today. Javonte Williams did not produce anything. 1 sack for the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young, quarterback Bryce Young, 17 for 25, 199 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. The 1 interception probably should have sank them, except for the fact running back Rico Dowdle, who last year was the running back for the Dallas Cowboys, must have been real motivated after getting cut by them or traded or whatever to Carolina. He had 30 carries, 183 yards, 0 touchdowns. That's enough to win that game. Wide receiver Tetero McMillan scored his first touchdown. He scored 2 touchdowns, but he scored the first one in his NFL career there. 3 catches, 29 yards, 2 touchdowns. They had no sacks. Carolina wins this game 30-27 because Rico Dowdle was like, I'm not a punk, yo. Dallas, I'm not a punk. Why'd you punk me and send me to Carolina? Now we're going to beat you, which they did. They did beat them. New England Patriots at New Orleans Saints. New England Patriots coming off the big upset of the Buffalo Bills. It doesn't seem as big now since Atlanta smacked us. Whatever. Okay, New England Patriots. Quarterback Drake May went 18 for 26, 261 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's a real solid game from Drake May. Running back Travion Henderson, 9 carries, 27 yards. That really isn't much production. Wide receiver Kayshon Boot, 5 catches, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. They had 2 sacks. New Orleans Saints, quarterback Spencer Rattler came out and tried to manage the game, 20 for 26, 227 yards, but he couldn't throw any touchdown passes, and he didn't throw any interceptions either, but he couldn't win the game. He just tried not to lose the game, and they almost didn't lose the game. But the Patriots are not that team. They're not going to beat themselves. Nice try, New Orleans. Running back Alvin Kamara is back at the top of their rushing chart. He had 10 carries, 31 yards. That's not really a lot. Wide receiver Chris Olave, 6 catches, 98 yards, and 0 touchdowns. They had 1 sack. New England wins this game 25-19. They're now tied with Buffalo for first place in the AFC East, but they have a tiebreaker round, so technically they are in first place in the AFC East. Buffalo's really pooped to bed recently. Tennessee I kind of wrote an article about that last night. About Bijan Robinson just ripping us. Tennessee Titans at Las Vegas Raiders. Quarterback Cam Ward went 26 for 38. 221 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Running back Tony Pollard, 10 carries, 34 yards, 0 touchdowns. Wide receiver Van Jefferson, 4 catches, 75 yards, 0 touchdowns. A lot of stats, but no touchdowns. That's bad. 2 sacks for their defense. Not a horrible game. Not the worst game Tennessee's played, but definitely not good enough to win. Spoiler alert. Las Vegas Raiders. Quarterback Geno Smith went 17 for 23, 179 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not really much better than... Really, Cam Ward was a better quarterback. But here's the difference in the game. Running back Ashton Jeanty, 23 carries, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. He's just more consistent. Wide receiver Michael Morgan, I think 5 catches, 50 yards, 1 touchdown. They had 6 quarterback sacks. So Ashton Jeanty running the ball, and the 6 quarterback sacks is enough for Raiders to beat the Tennessee Titans 20-10. That's also enough for Tennessee Titans to have their Brian Callahan fired, and they lost Bill Callahan as their O-line coach because he's his dad, and he's like, I'm out, dude. If you're gonna fire my son, I'm going home. Ain't got time for this. San Francisco 49ers at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Quarterback Mac Jones went 27 for 39. He's been really good, man, for San Francisco 49ers. They came in really beat up in this game, and they hurt. Fred Warner got hurt in the 4th quarter. That's all bad. Quarterback Mac Jones went 27 for 39, 347 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Ouch. Maybe the good times are over with. Running back Christian McCaffrey had 17 carries, 54 yards, 1 touchdown. I think that's the same stats he had last week. That's weird. Wide receiver, maybe this is like a glitch in the Matrix or something. Wide receiver Kendrick Bourne, 5 catches, 142 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 sack for them. Not bad, but not impressive. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are also beat up. They got more beat up as the game went on. Quarterback Baker Mayfield went 17 for 23, 250 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The 0 interceptions is the key number. He just didn't make mistakes. He did a good job of getting the ball to his weapons and not making key mistakes. Running back Rashad White. He ran the ball 17 times, 65 yards and a touchdown. And wide receiver Kamari Johnson, 4 catches, 69 yards, a touchdown. They had 6 sacks on defense. That carries them to a 30-19 victory. Probably why Mac Jones throws so many interceptions. He was scared, Boom. Cincinnati Bengals at Green Bay Packers. Joe Flacco making the start for the Bengals after they traded for him late in the week. Joe Flacco came out. He went 29 for 45, 219 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Not bad. Better than 3 interceptions by Drake Brown in the week before against the Lions, but it also wasn't against the Lions. Running back Chase Brown, 9 carries, 42 yards, not very good. Wide receiver Jamar Chase, 10 catches, 94 yards, 1 touchdown. They had 1 sack. I think Trey Henderson got hurt in that game too, guys. You kind of figured he would after he held out. That's what always happens. You hold out and you get injured because you're not in great shape. Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love went 19 for 26, 259 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not a great game, but not bad. Running back Josh Jacobs, 18 carries, 93 yards. That's really good, and that's probably be enough to put him on the top. Tight end Tucker Kraft, 2 catches, 43 yards, 1 touchdown. Josh Jacobs was the difference in this game, and they both had 1 sack, both teams. But Packers win at home, 27-18 on Lambeau in the frozen turf, frozen tundra, but early in the season. So it's not frozen. It's just warm turf. Ew. Detroit Lions travel to the Kansas City Chiefs. I had a bad feeling about this. Everyone thought Detroit was going to smack them, but I thought, man, Kansas City's on a 2-game winning streak. And this is Monday night. They always play well Monday night. I think they're going to beat the Lions. I said that. I said that in a video. I can confirm I said that, okay? Boom. Quarterback Jared Goff for the Lions went 23 for 29. Hang on. You gotta dry mouth. 203 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. There's no AI in this show, man. We just show up and put on the best show you've ever watched. You know? Best show. Old school punk rock, grunge stuff. We ain't trying to be pretty. We're just being the best. You wanted the best. Well, they weren't available. Guns N' Roses reference, y'all. Quarterback Jared Goff went 23 for 29, 203 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. It's also a Kiss reference because they always said, "You want the best, we are the best." And Guns N' Roses were like, "You want the best, they weren't available, so you get Guns N' Roses," which is probably accurate. You know, Guns N' Roses, whatever. Okay, running back Jameer. I was just going on a tangent, running back Jameer Gibbs from Dalton, just down the road in my hometown. 17 rushes, 65 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 touchdowns. Ouch. They're fumbled, though. Wide receiver Jamison Williams. At least he didn't retire. Jamison Williams had 6 catches for 66 yards and 1 touchdown, 666. He's probably the devil. Now that I think about it. I did say Buffalo should trade for Jamison Williams. Probably because he is the devil. That will help us win. We make a deal with the devil and we'll win the Super Bowl. And then all of our players will feel real sad about it. Because they'll be like, man, we won Super Bowl. First time ever at Buffalo, but we all sold our souls to the devil. Now we're signed up for eternal suffering. And the Bills fans would be like, we've had eternal suffering. Hey, you get to join us now. We're all doing it together. All right, so whatever. Kansas City Chiefs. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes came out 22 for 30, 257 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Running back Isaiah Pacheco, 12 carries, 51 yards, 0 touchdowns, and fumbles. Wide receiver Hollywood Brown, 4 catches, 45 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty good game. Hollywood Brown. Chiefs win with the fans on their side and the referees on their side, 30-17. Did the referees cheat? No, but the Chiefs didn't have a single penalty call against. So it's the first time it's ever happened. Maybe it shouldn't make it so obvious. The script. Okay. Buffalo Bills, the Atlanta Falcons. Buffalo really needed to come out and show out in this game. Falcons have Bijan Robinson, probably the best running back in the league right now. And they have the best defense in the league right now. Even with that, I thought Buffalo should win this game. I think Josh Allen is supposed to be all that. Michael Penix Jr., they call him Michael Penis Jr. I mean, so whatever. But it did not go that way. Quarterback Josh Allen came out and pooped all over the bed and could not win the game for the Bills. He went 15 for 26, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. That guy is turning the ball over. I bet we're minus on turnovers right now. We used to be the best turnover. You know, we're plus 24 last year, takeaways, and now I bet they're like minus right now, or at least even. It's been real bad last 2 weeks. Running back James Cook, 17 carries, 87 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Had the Falcons not be able to run the ball, that would have been a really good game, and they probably would have won the game. But that's not how it went down. Wide receiver, the only wide receiver that really did much was tight end Dawson Knox. He had 1 catch, 19 yards, 1 touchdown. They did not have Dalton Kincaid, which obviously it hurt him a lot. I saw some people trying to trade Dawson Knox, but you really would have been in trouble with Dalton Kincaid hurt. So I guess it's good they didn't trade him. That would have been real dumb. And I don't know, what do they need? Who needs a second round, a second, like, tight end number 2? I don't know who's going to trade you for that, honestly. Maybe someone real dumb. Probably trade the Falcons. They'd probably take a deal. They used to. Back previously, they'd take that deal. They were a bad team. Boom, 2 sacks for Buffalo. Quarterback Michael Penix Jr. with an X, not an S. Went 20 for 32, 250 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Solid game. There's no surprise, though, because running back Bijan Robinson had 19 carries for 170 yards, 1 touchdown, and he caught the ball for 68 yards. Great game, and that's probably why Michael Penix Jr. is having such an easy time running his offense, because, having a great running game sets you up for success. There it is. Look at that. Run the ball. Yep. Rushing yards. They destroyed Buffalo running the ball, and that's why they set up the outcome they got. Also, wide receiver Drake London was productive. 10 catches, 158 yards, 1 touchdown. They had 4 sacks, so they also played better on defense than Buffalo, and they win the game 24-14. Not surprised, honestly. Chicago, we got the bye week this week for Buffalo to get this thing figured out. I don't know if they know how to get it figured out. They've only beaten teams with all losses except for one. Baltimore Ravens won a game. 1 win out of all the teams they've beaten so far. The teams they've lost to far, they've won 4 games total plus 2, 6 games. Buffalo is 0-2. They're just beating up on bottom feeders, man. Chicago Bears at Washington Commanders. This was all over the place. This game was crazy. Quarterback Caleb Williams went 17 for 29, 252 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Running back DeAndre Swift had 14 carries, 108 yards, and 0 touchdowns. Wide receiver DJ Moore had 3 catches, 42 yards, 0 touchdowns, and a sack. But DJ Moore also left in an ambulance. That's not a good sign. Washington Commanders. Quarterback Jalen Daniels went 19 for 26, 211 passing yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception. Better game than Caleb Williams, but the interception hurts. Running back Bill Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, whatever. He's Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, but he wants to go by Bill for some odd reason. I don't know. I never heard the backstory on that. 17 carries, 61 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 fumble. Probably going to cost you the game with the 2 turnovers there. Wide receiver Chris Moore, 3 catches, 46 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 sacks for the defense. What happens in this game? Bears win. 25-24 and a surprising victory. I did not expect them to win that game. And they did. They got Washington back for the Hail Mary last year, and now they got the win. All right, so it's been a crazy week in NFL, obviously. So my power rankings have changed quite a bit. Let's go through them. First, AFC power rankings. Indianapolis Colts are 5-1. They're number 1 in the AFC right now in my mind. Number 2, Pittsburgh Steelers, probably the real number 1, but I can't put Pittsburgh up there. I just don't like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's 4-1, and they're number 2 in the AFC. Indianapolis Colts 5-1, and number 1 in the AFC. Number 3, New England Patriots are number 3 in the AFC at 4-2. Number 4, LA Chargers are 4-2, and number 4 in the AFC. Number 5, Kansas City Chiefs are coming up. They're 3-3, and they're number 5. I think they'll get better as the season goes. Unless somebody get a major injury to Pat Mahomes, that'd be great. I'm not encouraging that behavior. This is not Bounty Gate. Number 6, Jacksonville Jaguars are 4-2, and they're number 6. They got beat, by the Seahawks. Number 7, Buffalo Bills are tumbling down the power rankings. They were number 1 for the first several weeks, and now they're tumbling down the power rankings. Barely hanging on to a playoff spot right now. They're 4-2, and it's ugly, man. They got a bye week this week, so hopefully they can get stuff fixed. Denver Broncos are 4-2. They're number 8 in AFC. Defense is awesome. Offense is bleh. Number 9, Houston Texans are 2-3. Once again, defense is awesome. Offense is bleh. Number 10, they had a bye week this week. Number 10, Las Vegas Raiders are 2-4. Keep pounding the rock. You got a chance to beat some low-end teams. Number 11, Miami Dolphins are 1-5. That's all I say. I hope they fire Mike McDaniel. He's interesting, but he needs to be fired. Number 12, Baltimore Ravens 1-5. Okay, maybe Lamar Jackson comes back to get a win, but they've had a rough season. Number 13, Cleveland Browns 1-5. The Baltimore Ravens and Cleveland Browns are the same right now. That's bad. Number 14, Cincinnati Bengals they're 2-4, and their record is better than other teams at this bottom level. But remember, they went 2-0 with Joe Burrow, and they've gone 0-4 without Joe Burrow. That's the difference. That's why they're falling to the bottom of the standings in the AFC Power Rankings, because Joe Flacco ain't Joe Burrow. They both are called Joe, but one is a Burrow and one's a Flacco. Number 15, and then there's Jake Browning. Ouch. Number 15, Tennessee Titans. They were 1-5. And number 16, New York Jets. They did way better this week than I thought they'd do, but they still stink. All right, NFC Power Rankings. Number 1, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, number 1. They're beat up. They're battling through. Baker Mayfield's the reason why they're number 1 in the NFC. That guy really wants to win. Not saying every other team in the NFL is want to win, but Baker Mayfield wants to win more than everyone else. And it's showing. That's why they keep winning. They're 5-1. Number 2, Seattle Seahawks. They got beat by Tampa Bay, but they also beat Jacksonville. They're 4-2. I don't know how it's going to turn out for them. But they're pretty good right now. LA Rams 4-2. They beat a bad Baltimore team. That's not impressive. Number 4, Green Bay Packers 3-1-1. They got the tie with the Dallas Cowboys, and they beat the Bengals. So better than bad, but not good. Not that good. Number 5, Atlanta Falcons are 3-2 after beating the Buffalo Bills. Sad face. They jumped way up from, I think, 11 to 5. So if you're asking, like, why are they at number 5? Why aren't they higher than that? Well, they could have been, but I don't want to give them over to Packers. I think they'll lose to the Packers, but no guarantee. 6, Detroit Lions are 4-2. Philadelphia Eagles are number 7. They're 4-2, but they're crashing out. 2 straight losses. Detroit really is crashing out a little bit with the big fight after being beat by Kansas City. But they thought they were, 4-game winning streak coming in that game. They thought they were all that. But nope, they're not all that, Still those people that live in Detroit. Sad face. Number 7, Philadelphia Eagles are 4-2. Running back Saquon Barkley being injured is really a downer for them. Number 8, Chicago Bears are 3-2. Number 9, Minnesota Vikings are 3-2. Number 10, Washington Commanders, they got beat by the Bears. Ouch. Bears are number 8, 3-2. Washington Commanders are number 10, 3-3. They should be higher than that, but they just keep losing. San Francisco 49ers, even with all the injuries they have, are 4-2, but I think Fred Warren going down might be the tipping point, and they're going to start going down, I think. But maybe not. Maybe these star players really aren't that valuable, and they're just overpaid. And that's, San Francisco still winning with non-superstars. That's really bad for the superstars. And it seems like the Bengals are probably right to not pay these guys on all the money they want. Number 12, Carolina Panthers are 3-3. Surprisingly better than expected, but not as good as they could be. Number 13, New York Giants are creeping out of the basement. They're 2-4. They still haven't jumped over anyone. They did beat the Eagles. That's pretty impressive. They probably should be in front of the Eagles, but they're still 2-4. So I can't do it. They are 2-0 with Jackson Dart starting for them, and Cam Scadaboo's looking awesome. So maybe in a week or two they'll be in the top 7. Number 14, Dallas Cowboys 2-3-1, and they got beat by the Panthers. They probably shouldn't have got beat by the Panthers. They're kind of disappointing to number 14. Number 15, Arizona Cardinals are 2-4. Number 16, New Orleans Saints are 1-5. Spencer Rattler can't win NFL games, but he can manage them. He just can't win them. So that is Football Scientific, the NFL wrap-up show. That took forever. Another power rankings. We are going to make some shorts real quick before we have dinner. I am Professor Aaron Sauter, writer for Last Word on Sports. I cover the Buffalo Bills in the NFL. Also, I write for CFLNewsHub.com, and I cover the Hamilton Tire Cats. Make sure you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to Football Scientific. Let's blow this thing up. Let's go big. Okay, we're doing no effects of YouTube. Okay, we're all natural. I don't use any pedals. I can sing some songs if you want. I got some songs ready to go. I might start making some shorts of some songs with the hair. Like Buzz Osborne from the Melvins. I don't know. There we go. Okay, so that is, I think I'm going to go load this video and then do the Power Rankings videos and then have some dinner. It sounds like the plan right now. So that's it for Football Scientific, and let's close this portal.